Alright, this is my review of a slideshow that I found on slideshare.net and its violations of the coherence principle. So I think the first thing you probably notice when you look at this page is the background. Obviously it's pixelated, it's distracting, and it has no relevance for the actual presentation. Why would you use a background with butterflies for a presentation on dinosaurs? Doesn't make sense. So that's the first thing I would get rid of. Secondly, on this page is the title. I would change the font to something that's not red. It doesn't match, it doesn't look good, and obviously we never want to use red font for presentations like this, so I would change that. As we click through, you're going to see the same problems on every single page. The text color, it shouldn't be blue, it should be something that's easy to read and it's going to stand out. It should be left justified, as we've talked about with previous principles of e-learning. And then the graphic is distracting, mostly because it's distorted. It obviously worked for the presentation, but it wasn't the right size, so the person that made this stretched it out and it became pixelated, and it's just not good. So I would correct that. So click through, you'll see the same thing. The graphics aren't really relevant, they don't look good, they're pixelated. All the fonts should be corrected for the right colors and left justified. This slide's in here for who knows what reason. You're talking about dinosaurs and then all of a sudden you have a grammar lesson in the middle of it. So I would definitely delete that. Again, here you'll see orange text. It's kind of hard to read, it's distracting. We need to correct all these things so that it makes it look better. And I'm just going to click through these because you're really seeing the same problems over and over. Same thing, we want to left justify, we need to correct the visuals so that they're not distracting and so that they add to the content. Change the font color and left justify everything. So I'll click through these. And here we come to the slide that we already discussed, and I talked about some of the things I would correct. And this is my corrected version. I changed the background so it's not distracting, just plain gray. The font's easy to read, it's left justified, and the graphic is not only relevant to the material that you're talking about, but it's also clear and not pixelated. The second slide I redid was the Tyrannosaurus Rex slide, and I talked about how I would left justify the title and then correct the color of the font to something darker and easier to read, correct the background, and then put in a more appropriate picture. Okay, and here's my slide and how I revised it. Just a plain background, not distracting, a clear graphic that's appropriate for the content and not distorted. And I left justified this text, made a darker color, and left justified the title. And that's it on my presentation for the coherence principle and how I revised a presentation from slideshare.net to be a little bit more appropriate. Thank you.